Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another HD broadcast, and today we are going to be looking at another Korean replay. As you guys can see here, the players are already starting to converse and chat it up a little bit. Unfortunately, we are not going to be watching Czech play today, who has been such an entertaining player to broadcast in the last couple of videos, but instead, we are going to be watching Koreans, but it is going to be different players. It is going to be OGStop, spawning as a red Terran here at the top right hand position on Blistering Sands, and his opponent is going to be PainKiller, so not Pain User. It's going to be his Asian brother, PainKiller. So yeah, hopefully he represents pretty well, and we'll see what's going to happen today. It is going to be Blistering Sands, so I do want to say that these rocks, very accessible for a Zerg player, and actually the nightmare for a Terran, having to defend both this choke or this choke if they don't have their natural, and this rock right here. So it's pretty nasty for Terran players, but we'll see how OGStop deals with that today. Of course, as you guys have all noticed, Korean players or Asian players in general on that server really like to play aggressively. They don't macro up like most players on the North American and European servers. They just go balls out bonkers. Whatever works, works. And if you guys haven't seen the last couple of replays I did with Czech playing, then I highly advise you guys watch every single one of them, because they have been some of the most entertaining games to date. And so make sure to go check that out if you haven't. Looks like PainKiller is going to be going for a one base build after all. Going to get that spawning pull straight into gas. So he is not going to be going for a fast expand. Meanwhile, do we have a refinery going up? We do have a refinery going up for OGStop, but it is not going to be that early 11 rack Reaper that we saw. Who was it? Well, we saw one of those Korean players use some kind of an 11 racks Reaper build. Not going to be the case this time, so I don't think... Well, there goes the Tech Lab, so possibly going to be seeing some initial Reapers, but most likely not going to be a heavy Reaper build that we've seen a lot of Terran players use lately. Meanwhile, back at the Zerg base, he is going to be getting a queen out of his hatchery. PainKiller here not morphing too many Zerglings in, only getting 2 meanwhile. We also have the first Reapers starting to get pumped out. No Nitro packs being researched so far. So both players starting to gear up really to play supposedly what's going to be a macro oriented game, but I hesitate to say that because whenever you watch players from the Asian server play, it's anything but macro oriented. So here we go, a couple of Zerglings coming out for PainKiller, who is going to be marching across the map, no doubt, to control some of these watchtowers and grant him a little bit extra vision. Down to the south, OGS is going to control the southern watchtower, Zelnaga watchtower, and a Reaper coming out right now from that first barracks. A second Reaper also on the way as well. And OGStop here, what is he going to be getting? It looks like he's going to be going for a 1-Rax FE, and yeah, there's the command center going down right there. And it's funny that I say the 1-Rax FE. I'm planning to do a tutorial about this build order in the very near future. But a Zergling is going to come in here and might be a nightmare for this SCV who's trying to construct the command center. Meanwhile, a bunker going up right outside this expansion for PainKiller, who did opt to go for an expansion right outside, but this could very well go down. Is he going to cancel it? Looks like over here the Reaper did kill off the Zergling, so the command center is going to finish. But here comes the Zergling. He's going to try to push this Reaper away, but the bunker finishes and the Reaper can just safely hop inside. And I think PainKiller here might want to consider canceling this hatchery now, because well, this is going to be tough for him to hold on. He needs to pull the queen off and a couple of drones right now to defend against this. A second Reaper on the way to hop inside the bunker. The hatchery getting woefully low, around 300 HP, and yes, the hatchery does get canceled for PainKiller, realizing that was a lost cause, and we might just see OGStop just salvage the bunker and continue to keep the aggression on. Somehow PainKiller here getting a Zergling inside OGStop's base, and he's gonna almost kill off that SCV. Very close right there. And OGStop throwing down a couple of more barracks as well. So yeah, we're just gonna be seeing a straight up 1-Rax FE build. He's gonna have a lot of extra gas though. I mean, this is just insane how much gas OGStop is gonna have for going for this 3 barracks after the command center. And really, I don't know what he's going to do with all this gas. I'd like to see him throw down a factory, but we'll see what he decides to do. There we go, reactors coming down. Yeah, he's just going to have a plethora of extra gas right here. We also have concussive shells and Stimpack being researched from the barracks tech lab. So OGStop here is going to be going for a very aggressive attack. He's going to have a window of opportunity. Meanwhile, looks like PainKiller finally coming out to get rid of that bunker. taking that out quite easily with his queens and zerglings, and the hatchery going down. So now PainKiller finally able to get his natural expansion down, is going to run across the map with some of his zerglings to see what's up. 19 harvesters under 25 for PainKiller right now, so he is behind in the economy. Gonna test his front door, but this is zergling proof right now. OGStop is gonna lift off his command center, gonna be building 2 more additional barracks as well. Oh my goodness, he's gonna have so much capacity to pump out units, but right now PainKiller gonna start to exploit those backdoor rocks that I was talking about earlier, and if he can break these down, he's gonna have a great opportunity to run in. But he does see the command center lifting off over here with this overlord, gonna run his zerglings over to stop, or just you know, landing sequence interrupted underneath the command center, so the command center cannot land right now. But there's a lot of barracks. This is real deadly as the marauders and marines are starting to make their way outwards. The stim pack is almost done, and when stim pack finishes, along with shields, I'm going to assume, that is when OGStop is going to push out and try to make something happen. But wow, PainKiller here switching over to roaches. I did not even see the roaches coming out, so he does have quite a few roaches right now. He's going to bust these rocks very easily with these roaches, and then we might see him run through with his speedlings, and that could be a very deadly combination coming in to flank from behind the Terran player's main base. And here we go, OGStop finally realizing that the rocks are in danger, gonna push forward, but meanwhile the zerglings coming into the natural, taking off several SCVs, a lot of them getting taken out right there, and now the rocks have finally gone down. So you know, PainKiller taking advantage of the troop movement, the lack of mobility for the Terran player, and attacking those rocks. The marine forces were falling this way, and then he just went in and took a ton of SCVs down, but he is still far behind. 19 harvesters under 25 right now. OGStop gonna stim forward and take out these roaches fairly easily, but oh, the zergling's gonna run in here from behind, and OGStop here could be in a lot of trouble. PainKiller gonna surround all of these infantry. Some more marines coming out, but oh, this is gonna be so bad. More marauders pumping out of the barracks, but you guys can see there's too much gas for OGStop. He really needs to get his SCVs off the gas. I'm not even sure how he's holding on to this, but I guess being amidst the reproduction facilities, really able to reproduce as much forces as possible. But more zerglings coming into the natural door, and the zergling's going to be warded away, and somehow OGStop going to be able to hold on to his main base. That was a real close call right there, and I'm not sure how he was able to do that. Just a miracle, really. But it looks like PainKiller going to